Fame and spotlight often conceal silent struggles, fragile promises, and the quiet sorrow of choosing the wrong companion. In this second chapter, we continue our journey into the lives of Hollywood icons who once believed they had discovered their perfect match, only to encounter unexpected endings. Together, we uncover emotional turning points and timeless lessons about ambition, commitment, and the delicate balance between love and legacy in this dazzling world. Do you believe success can truly test the strength of a relationship? If your answer is yes, leave a 1. If not, comment a 0 below. We invite you to share your thoughts with us in the comments. Your voice matters here. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next chapters of the hidden side of fame. Enjoy the video, and thank you for being part of our community. Ellen DeGeneres and Heche shared one of the most prominent relationships of the late 1990s. When they made their romance public in 1997, they quickly became a focal point of media attention, as it was among the first widely visible same-sex couples in American entertainment. The two appeared hand in hand at major events, even walking the red carpet together at the Emmy Awards, a historic moment at a time when same-sex love still faced widespread debate and social barriers. For many, Ellen and Anne became symbols of quiet bravery, individuals who chose honesty over conformity despite the obstacles before them. They came to represent a moment of social awakening, helping to open conversations about equality at a time when understanding was still rare. Yet living under constant attention proved deeply challenging, and the growing weight of media pressure slowly strained their bond. Endless judgment and public scrutiny eventually left both Ellen and Anne emotionally exhausted. Anne, who had long carried deep emotional struggles and a difficult past, began to show signs of instability that placed heavy strain on the relationship. At the same time, Ellen faced a powerful backlash that seriously threatened her career, as many within the industry withdrew their support. Only 3 years later, in 2000, the relationship came to a painful end. Both endured periods of deep sadness afterward. For Ellen, however, this difficult chapter eventually became a turning point that led her toward becoming one of the most influential figures in American television. Eva, the beloved star of Desperate Housewives, and Tony, the renowned NBA champion, first crossed paths in 2004. Only 2 years later, they announced their engagement and celebrated their love with a lavish wedding at a grand castle in Paris in 2007. The ceremony drew enormous attention from media and fans alike, appearing like a modern fairy tale linking the silver screen with professional athletics. Yet behind the flawless image, Eva slowly sensed something was not quite right when Tony became unusually guarded and never let his phone out of sight. The turning point came when she uncovered private messages linking him to someone close to their shared circle. The discovery was not only a personal heartbreak, but also a moment that unfolded under the harsh light of public attention as the story spread rapidly. Unable to move past the breach of trust, Eva chose to file for divorce in 2010, bringing their marriage to an end after just 3 years. Later, she reflected that the experience left deep scars, but also taught her how to rise, rebuild, and grow stronger after profound disappointment. Brooke Shields and Agassi were once seen as one of the most dazzling unions between Hollywood and the world of sports. Brooke, the iconic actress of the 1980s, and Andre, the legendary tennis champion, married in 1997 after years of public romance. Surrounded by admiration and headlines, their marriage appeared to be a flawless blend of talent and fame. Yet beneath the polished image, unseen struggles were quietly unfolding. Years later, Andre revealed in his memoir that he had been battling a serious personal addiction during his life with Brooke, a hidden challenge that placed a heavy shadow over their relationship. This downward spiral did not only disrupt his career, but slowly unraveled the foundation of their marriage. Andre's emotional turmoil and unpredictable moods, marked by sudden anger and deep insecurity, turned everyday life into a growing strain. Both carried silent wounds, and after only 2 years, in 1999, their union came to an end. Their story stands as a quiet reminder of how concealed struggles can weaken a relationship, as hidden truths slowly surface and gradually wear away the trust that once held two people together. Mariah Carey and Tommy Mottola are often remembered as a striking example of how power and romance can form a fragile union. When Mariah was still young and largely unknown, Tommy Mottola, the influential head of Sony Music, recognized her potential and guided her early career. Under his direction, Mariah rose rapidly to stardom, and in 1993, they celebrated their marriage with a lavish ceremony often compared to a castle from a dream. Yet beneath the glowing image of this union, a far more complicated reality was quietly taking shape. Tommy was not only her husband, but also the figure who shaped nearly every corner of Mariah's world, from her career path and social circle to the smallest personal choices. Mariah later described the marriage as a golden cage, a life filled with luxury, yet empty of true freedom and inner peace. The constant pressure and quiet confinement slowly drained her spirit. After years of living within invisible walls, she finally chose to end the marriage in 1997, stepping beyond his influence to reclaim her own voice and independence. Their story reminds us that while success and fame may lift someone to great heights, surrendering freedom in exchange can quietly turn achievement into a prison. Nicolas Cage, one of Hollywood's most unconventional and free-spirited stars, has long drawn attention not only for his bold performances, but also for his unpredictable personal choices. In 2019, he shocked the public when he suddenly married Erika Koike, a little-known makeup artist, in a rushed ceremony in Las Vegas. The setting matched the moment perfectly: loud, hurried, and lacking preparation, much like Cage himself, impulsive, restless, and drawn to risk. He stepped into marriage almost instantly, without pausing to weigh the outcome, mirroring the fearless characters he has often portrayed throughout his daring film career. Yet after only 4 days, Cage moved to annul the marriage, later explaining that he had not been in a clear state of mind when the decision was made. The episode quickly became known as one of the briefest and most talked-about unions in Hollywood history. It not only highlighted his impulsive and untamed nature, but also stunned the public that a global star could act with such little caution. Even today, the marriage is often recalled as a symbol of Cage's unpredictable journey, a man determined to live by his own rules, no matter the risks that may follow. Khloe Kardashian and Lamar Odom, one of the most talked-about celebrity couples of their time, shocked the public when they married after only a few weeks of dating in 2009. Their wedding, filmed for Keeping Up with the Kardashians, captured the attention of millions of viewers. At first, Khloe and Lamar quickly became one of Hollywood's most admired pairs, even starring together in their own television series. Yet as time passed, their marriage slowly slipped into crisis, as Lamar faced hidden personal struggles, broken trust, and a growing web of secrecy that began to pull their relationship apart. Khloe, despite her deep loyalty to her husband, was forced to confront the darkest moments of their relationship. In 2015, Lamar Odom was discovered in a life-threatening condition following a severe health crisis linked to substance abuse. This moment became a breaking point for their marriage, and a devastating shock for Khloe, who had to witness the man she loved slowly lose control of his life. Khloe and Lamar's story stands as a painful example of how a relationship can collapse when suffering and loss begin to outweigh the love that once held two people together. Scarlett Johansson and Reynolds were once regarded as one of Hollywood's most dazzling couples, constantly admired and followed by the public eye. After confirming their relationship in 2007, they chose to marry in a quiet ceremony in Canada in 2008, sparking great hope for a lasting romance between two major stars. Their union appeared almost storybook-like, marked by tender moments and rising success on both sides. Scarlett, with a steadily growing film legacy, and Ryan, a leading figure in action comedy films, were both standing at the height of their careers, surrounded by major projects and relentless professional demands. Yet beneath the polished surface, quiet fractures slowly appeared in their marriage. The weight of fame and relentless schedules placed increasing pressure on their bond, and even as they tried to protect what they shared, unspoken rivalry within the industry created distance between them. Despite sincere attempts to balance ambition with intimacy, Ryan and Scarlett eventually came to accept that these challenges were greater than they could overcome together. After 2 years together, they chose to announce their divorce in 2010, a decision made quietly and with visible regret. Though there were no public disputes or dramatic scenes, the separation still left many fans with a deep sense of loss, as they had once been seen as the perfect pair. Their story reflects a simple but enduring truth. Love cannot flourish without mutual sharing and balance. When a relationship turns into an endless comparison, it slowly begins to unravel, just as it did for Scarlett and Ryan. If you found this story intriguing, remember to like and share so more people can discover the hidden sides of the Hollywood world. Leave a comment with your thoughts. Were you surprised? Or do these marriages change how you see fame? Does success truly lead to happiness? We're eager to hear your opinions. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next chapters of The Dark Side of Fame, where we continue uncovering untold stories and revealing secrets of show business you rarely hear elsewhere. Mel B, the former Spice Girls star, once led the public to believe she had found true happiness when she married producer Stephen Belafonte in 2007. The couple often appeared side by side at major entertainment events, presenting a flawless image that convinced many they were one of Hollywood's strongest pairs. Yet behind the glittering surface lay a reality few could imagine. Years later, Mel B revealed that the marriage was filled with deep suffering, shaped by control and manipulation that touched everything from her finances to her most personal relationships. Throughout the marriage, Mel B endured profound physical and emotional hardship. She became increasingly cut off from friends and family, living under constant tension and uncertainty. What once began as a partnership slowly turned into a suffocating cycle, where affection and mutual respect were replaced by dominance and control. Though these painful experiences remained hidden for many years, Mel B struggled in silence, trying to preserve a flawless image in the eyes of the public. Their marriage finally collapsed in 2017, when Mel B chose to file for divorce. The legal proceedings soon brought forward disturbing claims of control and financial exploitation. These disclosures stunned the public, as the couple had once been viewed as a model partnership. Mel B's experience serves as a powerful reminder that genuine love should never be rooted in fear. With remarkable courage, she rose above her suffering and found the strength to close a painful chapter and begin again on her own terms. Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck were once regarded as Hollywood's golden couple, widely admired for preserving their love in the unpredictable world of show business. They first met while working on Pearl Harbor and married in 2005, later welcoming 3 children into their family. With their warm public moments, they became a symbol of devoted family life that many looked up to. Yet behind this carefully painted picture, subtle fractures were forming that could no longer remain hidden. Ben Affleck, despite his remarkable talent and 2 Academy Awards, quietly battled addiction and deep emotional challenges. These personal struggles slowly placed heavy pressure on the marriage, creating growing tension between them. Repeated setbacks, along with persistent whispers of broken trust, unsettled their family life. Although Jennifer stood by him through treatment and devoted herself to their children, the bond they once shared was ultimately unable to withstand the weight of these difficulties. They chose to finalize their divorce in 2018, yet continued to remain close friends and devoted partners in raising their children. Their story stands as a reminder that even the deepest affection cannot endure without shared effort and the willingness to face personal struggles together. Even after the marriage ended, Jennifer and Ben preserved mutual respect and understanding, showing that friendship and cooperation can survive beyond the end of a relationship. Sofia Vergara and Joe Manganiello were once regarded as one of Hollywood's most striking and influential couples. They met in 2014 and less than a year later celebrated their love with a lavish wedding in Florida. The union of the radiant star of Modern Family and the charismatic actor from Magic Mike convinced many they were a flawless match, blending beauty, fame, and success. The pair often appeared together at major events, sharing tender looks and joyful smiles that made their romance the envy of countless admirers. They came to be seen as the ideal image of modern romance, drawing admiration wherever they went. Yet behind this polished surface, quiet tension began to grow as fundamental differences emerged between them. Sofia, already a mother and settled into a stable chapter of life, felt content with the family she had. In contrast, Joe dreamed of having more children, and this difference in life goals slowly created an emotional distance that neither could easily bridge. Though affection still remained between them, their differing visions for the future, especially regarding family, made it impossible to find true harmony. The relationship, despite being surrounded by public admiration and warm support, slowly became harder to sustain. In the end, in 2023, after nearly a decade together, Sofia and Joe officially chose to part ways, closing a chapter that had once symbolized perfection and reminding us that love cannot endure without shared understanding of life's most important goals. Kris Jenner and Caitlyn Jenner were once seen as the central pillars of the Kardashian-Jenner dynasty, a family widely admired within the American entertainment world. They married in 1991, not long after Kris's first divorce, and soon rose as one of Hollywood's most influential couples. Over more than 2 decades together, they raised 4 children of their own and welcomed children from previous marriages, shaping the image of a large, close-knit, and thriving family. Through the success of keeping up with the Kardashians, their household became a defining symbol of modern pop culture. With a powerful presence shaped not only by her beauty but also by her intelligence, talent, and careful image building, Kris helped craft a family brand that captivated the public. Their life appeared filled with laughter, grand events, and tender reunions, leading many to believe this was a flawless household without a single fracture. Yet behind this radiant picture, a long simmering crisis was quietly unfolding. Caitlyn, then known as Bruce Jenner, was wrestling with profound inner conflict, privately struggling with the need to live in harmony with her true identity. At the same time, Kris stepped into the role of a determined manager, shaping not only Caitlyn's career but also her public image and family life, which placed growing pressure on their marriage. The quiet tension continued to build year after year, until it reached a point where repair was no longer possible. When Caitlyn publicly shared her identity in 2015, the truth finally surfaced in a way that could not be reversed. Their 2-decade union officially came to an end, closing a complex chapter and opening a new path where both had to rediscover themselves and redefine their lives after so many years under the bright lights of fame. The marriage of Robin Givens and Mike Tyson, though filled with promise and high hopes at the beginning, soon took a troubling turn. Tyson, the undefeated boxing phenomenon known for his explosive power in the ring, and Robin, a poised and intelligent actress, married in 1988 to widespread public astonishment. Their union drew intense attention not only because of their sharp contrasts, but also because of the idealized image many projected onto them. Tyson, who had built his reputation on swift and overwhelming victories, suddenly found his private life placed under a spotlight just as fierce as his battles in the arena. And Robin, admired for both her beauty and her talent, appeared to complete the picture of a perfect couple. Yet their married life soon proved far removed from the fairy tale many had imagined. Stories of constant tension, emotional instability, and intense conflict slowly surfaced, replacing early hope with a growing sense of distress. The most dramatic moment came during a live television interview, when Robin, seated beside Tyson, described the marriage as a form of torment. As she spoke openly about the emotional suffering she had endured, the public began to see the painful reality hidden behind their once glamorous image. Tyson, the man who once made audiences around the world tremble inside the boxing ring, remained silent, offering no response. That single image soon became a lasting symbol of a marriage overwhelmed by tension and unease. Only 1 year after the wedding, Robin Givens chose to file for divorce, bringing an end to a union marked by deep suffering. Their story stands not only as the account of a broken marriage, but also as a powerful reminder that love cannot endure in a world shaped by fear and constant turmoil. Burt Reynolds and Lonnie Anderson were once considered one of Hollywood's most glamorous couples of the 1980s. Burt, celebrated for his rugged charm and action hero image, was a true film icon, while Lonnie, a radiant television star, won hearts on WKRP in Cincinnati. When they married in 1988, the media hailed it as a Hollywood dream wedding, a dazzling union that seemed to unite beauty, talent, and fame in perfect harmony. The couple not only captured public attention but also came to represent an image of ideal romance, inspiring many to believe in a lasting fairy tale marriage. Yet this so-called Hollywood dream soon began to fade as subtle fractures appeared within their relationship. After several years together, differences in temperament and lifestyle, combined with the heavy weight of fame and career demands, slowly pushed Burt and Lonnie apart. When the separation came, stories of broken trust and financial conflict surfaced, and the media eagerly turned their private struggles into public spectacle. Burt openly voiced his frustrations toward Lonnie, while Lonnie answered with her own accusations of betrayal and emotional neglect, igniting a fierce battle played out in the public eye. The divorce, finalized in 1993, quickly became one of the most startling separations in Hollywood history. Years later, Burt Reynolds confessed that the end of the marriage remained one of his deepest regrets, a love he wished he had protected more carefully. This breakup marked not only the collapse of a relationship, but also the closing of a turbulent chapter in both of their lives. Kelsey Grammer and Camille Grammer were once viewed as one of Hollywood's most influential couples, living a life of luxury and glamour that drew widespread admiration. Kelsey, celebrated for his iconic role as Frasier on the hit television series, married Camille in 1997, and together they welcomed 2 children. Surrounded by grand homes and elegant settings, their life appeared richly blessed, and in front of the cameras, this family consistently projected the image of perfect harmony and success. Their carefully crafted image suggested a flawless life, inspiring admiration and convincing many they were symbols of love and achievement. Yet this illusion began to crack when Camille joined the reality series The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in 2010. While she continued to present a perfect life on screen, Kelsey quietly began a new relationship with flight attendant Katie Walsh. The revelation not only caused Camille deep personal pain, but also unfolded as a highly public and heartbreaking chapter before the eyes of the world. Kelsey and Kate's relationship came to light just a year later, shortly after Kelsey and Camille finalized their divorce. The separation sparked widespread public reaction as the betrayal unfolded under the gaze of television cameras, leaving Camille to confront her heartbreak in full view of the audience. Meanwhile, Kelsey moved forward quietly, continuing his new relationship with a calm that stood in sharp contrast to Camille's visible pain. This breakup marked not only the end of a marriage, but also a stunning media moment that exposed the collapse of a family once believed to be flawless. Jessica Simpson and Nicolas were once among the brightest couples in American pop culture in the early 2000s. Jessica, admired for her radiant beauty and gentle voice, was seen as a pop sweetheart, while Nick was widely known as a member of the group 98 Degrees. They married in 2002, and only a year later stepped into the spotlight together on the reality series Newlyweds. Nick and Jessica. The program quickly became a cultural sensation, turning them into one of the most adored celebrity couples of their era. Viewers became fascinated with every detail of their married life, from Jessica's playful remarks to Nick's lighthearted jokes. Yet the constant spotlight of reality television slowly began to weigh on their relationship. What first felt like harmless entertainment gradually transformed into relentless pressure, as even the smallest moments were examined and shared with the world. Over time, the contrast between Jessica's youthful impulsiveness and Nick's steady, reserved nature grew more pronounced, creating a distance neither had expected. As Jessica's career rose rapidly, the space between them quietly widened, creating an imbalance neither could easily repair. In 2005, after 3 years of marriage, Jessica and Nick publicly announced their divorce. Both later acknowledged that allowing the cameras so deeply into their private lives had been a serious mistake. What had once been one of the most adored romances was slowly worn down by overwhelming public attention. Their story stands as a reminder that while fame can lift a relationship into the spotlight, it can also slowly tear it apart. Fame can offer everything people dream of, yet at times it also brings wounds that cannot be undone. The Hollywood figures we explore in Part 2 of The Dark Side of Fame not only confront trials in their careers, but also endure turbulent marriages where affection cannot withstand the weight of attention and public judgment. Though these separations leave behind quiet socials, they also reveal a deeper truth. Lasting happiness is not found in bright lights or luxurious living, but in inner calm and genuine connection. We hope these stories encourage you to reflect on the true value of love and honesty in every relationship. If this episode left an impression on you, remember to like and share so more people can discover the hidden sides of Hollywood. Leave a comment below and tell us your thoughts about marriages in the entertainment world. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next chapters of The Dark Side of Fame, where we continue uncovering stories and revealing corners of show business you rarely hear about. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again very soon.